Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's Combo Breaker 99 back on the fight front once again. Just wanted to do a real quick video over here on Keith Thurman versus Josesito Lopez. As you know, it's been almost 22 months now since Keith Thurman's been out of the ring, but he's making his return Saturday night against Josesito Lopez. Josesito Lopez, this is his first championship fighting in a while now. I know a lot of people remember him now, most notably about 2-3 years ago when he was stopped by Andre Berto. And, since then, he's kind of fallen off the radar. He hasn't really been on the radar as, a promising fighter like he used to be. I think some of those, those days are kind of gone. He's only been fighting, once a year over the past 3-4 years. Before that, he was in tough fights with Canelo, Maidana. He beat Victor Ortiz, but, he fell short in those other fights against, like, Canelo and them. But I guess, this is a good little tune-up fight for Keith Thurman. This is what they're looking for, is basically just a tune-up against, somebody they see as a softer touch. Because, guys like Jesse Vargas, those names were thrown out there. Even maybe a rematch with Collazo, those names were thrown out there. But they wanted somebody, even a lower tier than that. And that kind of, makes me ask that question. Are they looking just to get rounds, just to see where he stands as far as injuries? Or are they really trying to make a statement to prove that, one time is back? If they really thinking right, they want to make that statement, injury or not. I'm just saying, like, going in there against somebody, like this, like Lopez, they want to not really get rounds against a guy like that, because why make 12 rounds of trouble against, a guy that you feel is just a tune-up? You should just go in there and, blow him out. And you go in there and you knock him out, you can go ahead and move on and, kind of put yourself back on the map. Because, you're still young. Your injuries are going to heal. Keith Thurman, he's known as a thinking fighter, so he's always going to find some way to adjust. And you're never going to be 100% in any fight. Floyd, he had, brittle hands, and he created a style for himself, where he could fight the rest of his career without taking long layoffs, Keith Thurman here, he had a couple of injuries. He had to be out 2 years. So it might just be wise for him just to adjust to whatever, injuries he's prone to, So going into this fight, he might just want to go ahead and make that statement. At this point in Josesito Lopez's career, this is kind of his last chance, you know what I mean? So he's kind of got to go balls to the wall and, just use more than his boxing skill. He's going to have to kind of start fast like he used to, meet him in the middle like he did Berto, and, go for broke, just try to hurt Thurman and, try to test him out in the first few rounds to see if he is rusty. But as far as my prediction on this fight, I see Keith Thurman, being the thinking fighter, being that cerebral fighter that he is, I got to give him credit for that. The guy can talk also, you know what I mean? So, he's definitely a thinking guy. So I'm looking at Keith Thurman to box and, box smart and try to go for a decision. If the opening is there, I see him, taking a big counter and landing a big shot. But other than that, I see him boxing to a decision against Josesito Lopez. But, for me, I would prefer he go for the stoppage and knockout. But knowing Keith Thurman, he's more of a safety first fighter. He's going to go for the decision. But like I said, you want to make that statement, you better get a knockout. But yeah, that's my prediction on this one. If you want to hear more in-depth discussion on this, man, I'm going to drop the Jab Podcast episode on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, SoundCloud this evening. Just go to #Jab Podcast on, all those platforms, or go to thejabeffect.com and listen to episode 89. But yeah, man, this is Combo Breaker 99. Make sure y'all subscribe here and the Jab Effect YouTube channel. I'm out. Peace.